One of Excel's most powerful and yet easy to use tools is called filtering. It's a great feature and it works beautifully with dates. In this particular worksheet, we want to filter the data to not see all the information. It's some 700 rows. The filter can be applied by way of the Data tab. Here's the filter button. This introduces arrows at the top of each field. Let's point out that in Excel 2010 and in Excel 2007, if you happen to click on a field that's a text field, for example, like department, you will see the term text filters and some choices that we might choose over here. If it's a numeric field like salary, you might click the drop arrow and choose from a set of number filters. And if it's a data entry, as we see in column F here, click the arrow, and we see date filters, a huge list. Now, if this were sales date within a given year, we would definitely be interested in filtering the data to show only the sales from last month or next month or last week, tomorrow, yesterday, these kinds of entries, quarters even. If it's across multiple years, perhaps by year, so a lot of easy to use and obvious choices here as well. Not so obvious as an initial choice, but one that's really helpful here is all dates in the period. And this would quickly allow us to pick data by month, even though it might be coming from different years. Now, with higher dates, I'm not so sure we'd want to do this very often, but if you did want to come up with a list, for example, of birthdays and pick one of these, and we'd only get the people from, for example, February, those hired in February. So it's pretty easy to use and much of the time self-explanatory. Great date filters there. Now, you can also use what's called a custom filter. Here it is here. And the need here might be a little bit different. Suppose you say, I want to see a list here of just those people hired from the year 2002 to the year 2008. Hire date. Well, we could do this here, but how about some of those filters? Is that out there somewhere? How about date filters between? Now, when we choose this between, we are back into that custom auto filter with the prompting already here. So if you work with these in prior versions of Excel, you might have an instinct to say, well, we got to do this by way of custom auto filter, and you certainly still can, but these easy to use choices make it even simpler. So if we just want to view the people hired within a certain time frame, is after or equal to, and we might, for example, put in 1/1/2002. We want to see all the people hired from January 1st, 2002 until, let's say, through the year 2006. So that would be before January 1st of 2007. So we're only going to be seeing those people hired in the years 2002, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And again, pretty obvious once you try this once or twice. And there's our list. So it's easy to use, and the date filters are automatically going to appear in columns where the entries are dates, and a lot of choices to make here.